Hi guys, welcome back to another Python for Kids video. In today's video, we are going to be working on pycharm, and I'm going to try and get you guys familiar with that. So, basically, if you're just a beginner, like what we expect from the people who watch these videos, you started off with pycharm, then you'll be pretty used to it. But if you're a beginner and you started off with the IDLE, you might not be that used to it, so I thought I might as well do an extra video on how to get used to it, like a few shortcuts and all that, how to save new projects and everything. So basically, as you see here, there's a sidebar. We're going to start off working with that, and when you just click on this project thing, you should have created one in the last video, but here I'm just showing you. So just minimize this window, and you can just click on projects and it'll come up. So that's our first project, and it's named one project, I think. Yeah, and when you go into it, there's a bunch of files, and you can actually see quite a bit of scratches and consoles, scratches, and there's all these Python files. So we're gonna move on, and I'm just gonna minimize this window again. So right now we're gonna so everybody get onto pycharm. If you want to, you can go into pycharm and follow along with me. So first we're gonna go into file, click on file, scroll down, well, it should be at the very top. You click on new project, then it should come up with something like this. So this project we're gonna name Python for Kids, or let's name it YouTube videos actually. And then at the end, you're just gonna simply add .py. So you don't have to do that actually, but I did do that. So click on that. You click on the base interpreter. It should be set to Python 3.8. Yeah, set. Okay, and here, this is all you need to do. If this doesn't come up, then that means you must not installed Python yet. So make sure you install Python. Go to our starting with Python video. So I'm going to click create here, and then as you see, it says open project. Projects can either be opened in a new window or replace a project in the existing window, or be attached to already open project. How would you like to open the project? And so on this one, I'm going to type in this window. So if I just click on this window, and then it's changing the environment, as you can see. And then it gives you a bunch of tips. So you can read these if you want, pause them and read them if you want. And we'll just keep on reading tips. Some more, and there's also a spelling editor that's quite cool in pycharm. So moving on, we're gonna skip to the very last step, and we're gonna close this up. So just exit out right here, and we have this new sidebar. On the sidebar, you should see three things: YouTube videos.py, which is a folder. You can pull it down, up, and down, up, and up again. And here you can see external libraries. You can see all that, and also you can also see scratches and consoles. You shouldn't have any scratches on right now, unless you made one in a previous project or file. But here it is. These are scratches we made earlier on. I'm going to close that up, and we're going to make a new Python project. So how to make we're going to make a new Python file. So how to make a Python file: you just simply hover over YouTube videos, and you just right click. So we're going to right click, and then you should go to new, and when you hover over that, this bar comes up. We're going to click on Python file. You can do a scratch file, but that'll be saved, so you can access it from any window. It's pretty much like a scratch. So we go into Python, we're gonna double click on Python file and give it a minute. So I'm gonna redo that. Sorry. So here it goes on to something a bit like this. It says new Python file and it asks for your name, so it asks for input, and we're gonna give it a name. We're gonna name this one. Actually, we're gonna name it pycharm tutorial.py. So when you press enter, it should go onto screen a bit like this. So you can retract these and extend them whenever you want. And here you can see your projects come up, but that's not how you access them. So we're gonna open one more project and file, Python file. So I'm gonna make a new Python file, and we're gonna name this one. We're gonna name this one test. Actually, you can think of any game name you want and name this file whatever you want. Make sure the file, you don't name it something like random stuff. Make sure you name it a name so you can access it anytime you want, because we'll be handling quite a lot of files throughout this video tutorial series. So I'm going to name this file, in this case, test. So pycharm. So when I just click enter, it should load another page a bit like this. So now we're gonna go onto a pycharm. We're gonna go onto a pycharm tutorial.py page. So everybody do that if you have pycharm open, and we're just gonna type in print, and you can do print anything you want. In this case, I'm gonna print okay, yeah. So in this case, we're gonna print hello viewers, and we're gonna actually see. So this is the pycharm tutorial .py, the Python file, but we're gonna go to test.pycharm.py.py. So now I'm gonna type in so if you see here, when we want to click, if we click on projects, you cannot switch files by just clicking. So in test.pycharm.py.py, it said hi people. Sometimes it doesn't just work out. If you double click, it goes onto the file. So if you just click, you have to double click to go onto the file. But there's also an easier way. You can just single click on this top bar here, or whatever project you want, and yeah, that will work out. So right now, the next thing we're going to do is add a configuration. So click on add configuration, guys, and then click on the add button, and we're going to type, actually no, you know what, we're going to run this code. So we're going to go to pycharm tutorial.py, and we're going to go to run, and run here. So when you run, these are the saved files, or the files you've actually run before. And if you come here, you can see pycharm tutorial. Normally there might be a lot more when we start working more on this. You just click on the one you want, and then I just click on that, and you see the terminal, you see the run window just pop up here. So the run window, you can't type in it. You can only type in it if you so as you see, I'm actually typing here. Actually, I'll let you see that I'm typing. So if you guys can see, I'm actually typing, but nothing is coming up on the screen. That is because this window doesn't let you actually type. You're not supposed to type in it unless it's for input purposes. So that wasn't an input, so it won't let you type at all. if you do want to type, I know you guys might be used to the shell window. So how to open the shell window? It's not called the shell window, but it's actually called the terminal window. And we're gonna how to access it is there's this bunch of stuff here. We're gonna click on terminal. So when you click on terminal, you should go to this, and you can actually just do whatever you want. You can actually type Python code here. The difference is, if you didn't know, it actually, as soon as you press enter, it executes your code and runs it. So yeah, okay. So actually, this is pretty much like a command prompt. So if we go to Python console, we're gonna go to Python console, and this is your shell window. So in this window, you can type pretty much you can do actual Python commands. But over here on the terminal window, this is actually pretty much your command prompt. So instead of you going on to search and needing to type up all that, all you need to do is go to terminal, and actually on pycharm you can access it from there. There's also Python console. This is pretty much the shell thing, but it's called Python console. That's the pretty much only difference. And it's green, and there's also a lot more other features that I'll walk you through very, very shortly. So there's a run window, a terminal window, and a Python console window that we've gone through so far. Go to the to-do list. So you can actually comment the to-dos. I'm not exactly sure how, but I'm going to try it out. So I'm going to put a hashtag and type in to-do. And I'm going to type in something like, let's say we have a function that was unfinished. I'm going to do finish this function. So now, right now, if you type this in, and it's basically for really big codes. If you're having really, really big codes and you stop somewhere because you have to go sleep, let's say, and if you can't, it's really hard for you to find it in the morning. There's a good way to do it is to use a to-do list. So it's not for small programs like these, but you can do it in bigger programs when you get to that. So once you've done that, when you go to the found one, if we go, normally it should be like that, nothing there. And now we're gonna go into the to-do list. So it opens up, and we're gonna click this arrow. Okay, so it's navigating, it's loading. So here it says in YouTube videos.py there's one to-do item. So when you click on that, and it actually goes in that, and then when you click on that arrow, it goes into this to-do thing. So I'm gonna double click on that, and it automatically brings, okay, so I'll show you what. So it goes up there. So as you see, our mouse, I guess our typing bar is up here. I'll just increase its size. So yeah, so the typing bar is up here. I've increased its size if you can't see. And so when you click on this, the typing bar automatically moves to this to-do line. So it just redirects you there, I guess. So I'm just going to collapse all that. And that is how you use to-dos. So bring it back to normal size. And now we have gone through quite a bit of stuff. So we're just going to go through this. I'm just going to briefly talk on that again. We've gone through the run, to-do, terminal, and also the Python console. We've gone through how to open a new project, a new Python file, and also we went through what scratches are, basically, and consoles. So that's if you want to save what you're doing in a console, in the Python consoles, I think. And so now for saving. If you want to save something, you can just quit this window. When you go into pycharm, it should open up again. But if you just want to save and you want to redirect to a new file, you just click save as here, and you type in what the path where you want to put your things here. So I'm just going to redirect this to Python projects. So I'm just gonna redirect it to a file that I call Python practice codes. So when I press here, it should just go slash and so just copy that Python YouTube videos.py. So that's the file, that's a project we created. So we direct it to that file in this path. Like, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And we'll put another slash, and we're gonna name it pycharm tutorial.py. Obviously, you can change the name whenever you want. You feel free. You can just change it. I'm actually gonna change it now. Pycharm. Actually, I'm not gonna change it, but here you can go refactor, and so now it's saved. You can see where it's saved here, YouTube video.py, and it tells you the exact path. So yeah, and okay, let's move on, guys. So next I'm going to show you a cool keyboard shortcut. So if you want to use a loop, I'm not saying it's better than a loop, but it's another thing you can use if you're copying and pasting code many times. We're gonna do a print, and then we're gonna print hello. So right now, I'm just gonna press. Actually, you know what? So you guys can see what I'm typing up here, down here. Sorry, I'm just gonna press Control D. I'm just keep on pressing Control plus D, and it just redoes itself again and again and again. It pretty much just repeats again and again and again. So I'm just gonna get rid of all that. Another keyboard shortcut is Control backspace. That's not only in PyCharm, it just goes backspaces a lot. Okay guys, and now also they show you some of the shortcuts. If you go to run, there's run PyCharm tutorial, shift plus F10, and there's also run alt shift plus F10. So I'm going to try that out right now, pressing alt shift F10, and it goes on to the run thing. So that is basically how you do it. I'm just going to get rid of this one. So this is a new path. So if you redirect it to a new path, another thing should come up like this. So I'm just going to copy this code there, and we can actually get rid of that. So, but it will still be saved as pycharm tutorial.py. The other one will disappear, except this path will be sort of different. So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna go on to the next thing. You can see lots of keyboard shortcuts. So if you go to refactor this, Control Alt Shift T, copy file F5, VCS. There's also Alt plus. You can't see that. If you go to help, you can actually find action, Control Shift A. There's a lot of shortcuts. It already tells you. So, sorry about this speech. So we'll move on, I guess. The last thing I'm going to show you before we end this video for today. Thank you for coming with us to this extra PyCharm tutorial, and I'm going to end it off. And before I finish off, I'm just going to tell you, make sure if you haven't checked out the other videos, check them out. There's also another one on how to download and a bit of using PyCharm too. So if you haven't checked that out, and also some more tutorials for beginners. We're going to be uploading Python tutorial 4 very soon. I assure you it'll be quite quick, shortly, hopefully later today. And thank you guys for coming. So before that, I'm just going to tell you the last thing, which is the autofill. So right now I'm just typed up PRI over here, and as you can see there's this drop box, and it says print, and then it shows a lot of stuff down here. You don't need to worry about that. If you want to actually type print, you don't have to type it fully. All you have to do is press enter. So right now I'm going to press enter. And when I press enter, as you can see, this, the print function automatically just it fills in on the line. So we're gonna that's a really good thing. Yes, character. No. So if you go to input, at first if you only type in I, there'll be quite a bit of things. So because there's a lot of modules we have downloaded and also a lot of built-in things in Python. So if you really don't care about the time, you can just have fun and look for input in here and actually see. You can actually see that you cannot see that. So when you type in, and then when you type in, it goes down to input, but that's not exactly what I want. So then we're gonna type in INP, and once you type in, you can basically press enter. Nope, you can't, because in is already a built-in module. Sorry, built-in function. So if you type in INP and then the drop box comes up and you see input, just press enter and it'll fill in automatically for you. So that's the last thing I wanted to show you. There's a lot with those really. And then it goes import, but that's not exactly the one we want, because if you see here, sometimes it lands on this, so it'll go like this. That's not what we want. We want something more like this. So make sure you carefully choose before actually pressing enter. So thank you guys for coming with us in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have, please care to leave a like down below and comment down if you have any more questions. I'll try and answer them as soon as possible, and hopefully later today I will make the next Python tutorial 4, and that's going to be on functions. I'm just filling you in on that quickly. So, and thank you for coming, and bye. See you guys.